She's in racing, broadcasting, and on a very public stage as Mrs. Pennsylvania pageant winner. And she also resonates with us because she runs a business with her husband. And we've already kind of beforehand went over some things she has some great stories on that, and we can relate to the family dynamic. So without further ado, we have with us today, as a newest member of the Checked Out Podcast family, Ashley Stremme. Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. This is going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, we try to make it fun. I mean, as we talked about earlier, you work with your husband, and now is he strictly just involved with the modified production of the chassis, or is he also with the podcast as well?
No, he just does the modified stuff. We actually, if you can believe this, him and I had a podcast together at one point, and that was treacherous and almost a disaster. But we had a lot of views because sometimes we were about to choke each other out on a regular basis when we would do our show, and it was called Slinging Dirt, so it was perfect. But yes, we only do modified together now.
So you're originally from Port Royal, correct?
Mifflintown. I'm about a mile and a half from Port Royal.
Uncle Ed, right?
Yeah.
Uncle Ed's lived there most of his life, Ed Welsh and his daughter Jenny. But so you were there, and then when you guys spent some time, obviously, in the Carolinas.
Yeah, so actually my husband's from South Bend, Indiana, and he got discovered back how things used to be. You got discovered by how great of a racer you were, and he actually made it to NASCAR. And then when I met him, then I moved south and we lived there for 15 more years. And then about 5 years ago, we moved back here to Pennsylvania.
Why would he? I mean, I'm a huge Notre Dame fan. He's got to be a Notre Dame fan. Is he a Notre Dame fan?
Not.
What?
He hates football.
What? South Bend.
We have that unique dynamic where I know more about football than he does. So.
Have you ever been to Notre Dame Stadium?
I have.
I haven't. Is it like the experience that everybody says it is? Is it just like?
Yes. Just any event of that magnitude, right, is special. Obviously, being here at Penn State, like for a whiteout game, that's just something, a marquee event that you have to see. Obviously, NASCAR, there's specific NASCAR races you need to see. There's specific dirt racing crown jewels that you have to, go and see. And when you do, it's a memory you'll never forget. So I highly, if you're that big of a Notre Dame fan, let me know. I can give you all the tips, pointers, and tricks when you get to South Bend. But yes, you need to see it.
It's definitely on the list. So, going back to the racing, with your husband, you talked about the reality show or not the reality show, the podcast. And, you had it rolling with all this craziness. And I'm sure the views were just escalating because people love to see that dynamic. And so with everything, was it just to the point that it was escalating too much that you were just like, it's not worth the views. We're going to end up actually killing each other. Was it like that kind of a situation? Is that why it stopped?
Well, thankfully, it was working together, right? So we would have an off day at the business and we'd just be at each other's throats about something, and it would just automatically carry over to the podcast, right? So there was good days and bad days, just like everything else. And even on our good days that we were agreeing and getting along, just that dynamic that he and I have, we're very similar, but yet we're very different. And that in itself is its own unique thing. It's funny you say a reality show, because we have literally talked about how much a reality show would follow us around. And David's been on 2 reality shows back in the day. There was NASCAR 24/7 and there was something else he was a part of back in the day. But we have often joked about having our own reality show just because of the stuff we get into here at the shop and what goes on and the chaos that ensues behind it. And then you throw that family dynamic in and it just takes it to the next level.